Speedrunning. It's been around since 1993 with the release of Doom, and is one of the most fascinating ways to play a game. Speedrunners have always found a way to enhance the gameplay experience and, well, beat a game as fast as possible, with them trying their absolute hardest to find new exploits and tricks to speed up their runs. Almost every game you can think of has a speedrun, even... let me check here. Allo Cartoon Fun. Yeah. But even with the most obscure games having speedruns, I never thought that one game in particular would. Gmod. Gmod being a sandbox game with no official ending and no way of beating the traditional game, it had me thinking that if there would be a Gmod speedrun, that would look something like this. So people had to make their own speedruns for the game, because of course they did. Welcome to the weird world of Gmod speedrunning. So to understand Gmod speedrunning, we have to distinguish the 4 official main categories, as well as 2 side categories that are not part of the official Gmod speedrunning genre. The first category is Half-Life Co-op, which has 3 subcategories in it, being 1-player, 2-player, and 3+ players. Now, the first thing I noticed about these speedruns were the times. And the quickest time in Gmod Half-Life Co-op was 47 minutes, with load time removed. And it was a 2-player run. Now, I just want to compare this to the actual Half-Life speedrunning category, and oh, it's 25 minutes. In fact, the 100th fastest run in Half-Life is at 37 minutes. Even the person who played Half-Life Co-op single player got a final time of 1 hour. This might be due to them playing Half-Life 1 on the Source engine, but in regards to tricks to use in any of the runs, it seems to be exclusively b-hopping and skipping enemies by running past them. Which, compared to the speedruns of the actual Half-Life game, which involve a lot more tricks and load skipping and glitches, I find it very interesting how this ended up being a category of its own. But anyway, moving on. On speedrun.com, there are 23 levels in Gmod that people speedrun. With these 23 levels, they can be split into 3 categories: B-hop, surf, and melon race. You know what B-hopping is. It's a technique used to do hops around the map to gain momentum and overall increase movement. In Gmod, there are B-hop maps, and with them, you essentially just B-hop and increase your speed and try and reach the end of the map. It's pretty simple, but you have to be able to move around and hit your jumps pretty accurately in order to not mess up and fall, as well as managing your speed while moving around these areas. With B-hopping being such a common thing used in games like CSGO as well as Gmod, I'm surprised to not see more runs in these levels, with the level with the most runs being bhop_cobblestone, with 10 runs. The next category, which is also the most popular out of all the speedrunning categories, is melon race.
I'm melon racing all day and night. I'm melon racing to my heart's delight. I'm melon racing all day and night. I'm melon racing to my heart's delight.
You can see me melon racing every single day.
The original melon race has 63 official runs that were submitted, and in first place is Zeid, with a run of 11 seconds and 750 milliseconds. Just watch. The original video has Clarity by Zeid playing in the background, so you know this video is just a banger. But Melon Race simply involves just running a single lap of Melon Race and trying to get the best time. It's silly and goofy and everything you would expect from a Gmod speedrun, and I love it. There's also 2 other Melon Race categories, being GM_Melon Lockdown, and GM_Melon Race_Redux, which also have pretty impressive times. The quickest time on GM_Melon Race_Redux is 11 seconds and 354 milliseconds, also held by Zeid. Then the other category, surfing, which, as you might expect, being that Gmod runs on the same engine as CSGO did, it simply is just surfing, but in Gmod, with 9 out of the 12 surf levels having the first place spot being owned by one Ashfawks, who is also a moderator. But literally 2 of the most popular runs only have 3 runs being surf_beginner, but I'm surprised that Gmod surfing doesn't have more people playing it. It's not really that popular, at least compared to CSGO surfing and its speedruns. I'm pretty sure that more people would play it and try and get runs if they knew that these speedruns exist. But moving on to the final categories. There are 2 categories of Gmod speedrunning that are separate from the main Gmod game: Gmod Stage 2 and Gmod The Village Part 1. These are both horror maps that have multiplayer subcategories with solo all the way up to squads. But the top runs are held by a player named Healka. And while there isn't really that much to say about these other categories other than the fact that they Bhop and run through all the levels and stuff, and I'm pretty sure one of the squad uploads was just for the meme. And yeah, that's it for the different types of categories for Gmod speedrunning. And while I think the best one to attempt and the most popular is Melon Racing, I find it interesting that Gmod has this little community of speedrunners that seems to be so niche, but still has a decent amount of players. I believe that Gmod speedrunning could be something more, though. And honestly, I hope that more people get into it, and hopefully by making this video, we'll see more runs, as well as people creating more categories that lean more into the wacky side of Gmod. Anyways, that's all I got for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.